Get closer than ever to your customers. So close that you tell them what they need before they realize it themselves. That was Steve Jobs. Do you know your customer joys, their fears, their feelings, and their dreams? Do you know what your customers' neighbors look like? Do you know where to find more people that not only look like your customers, but that actually share their joys, their fears, their feelings, and their dreams? My name is Javier Ruiz from IDS, Intelligent Data Solutions. Today, I will introduce you to the IDS Data Enrichment Platform. The Data Enrichment Platform allows corporations to understand their customers much better than they ever had before. Let me begin by talking about the importance of understanding your customers, and we'll do this by asking some of the key questions that help us accomplish this. Who is your customer? Do we really understand our customers in detail? Do we know what their online personas look like? Do we know what their affinities are? That is, if they like, for example, the Cowboys, and maybe they like Lady Gaga, or maybe they like this given kind of art, this kind of music. That's really understanding our customer, understanding their feelings, their joys, and their fears sometimes. Do they like skydiving, for example? Do they like car races? That's the affinities that we can get from their social media profiles. Now, do we know who our customer neighbors are? Do we know their demographic characteristics? How much do they earn? What's their age range? What's their ethnicity? What's their primary language? How much money are they willing to spend on a given category of spend? Do we really understand their neighbors and our customers? How can we look customers that look like our customers, or potential customers that look like our customers? Do we know the area where a customer lives like? What's the risk of an earthquake? What is the risk of fire? What is the risk of a hurricane? And what are their crime index for that area? Those are things that will help us make better decisions as we try to get more customers into our stores. Do we know, for example, when talking about stores, what are the competitors in the same area? Where do we have a large retail store and all their competition, whether it be large stores or small stores? Where do we have, for example, gas stations or universities or schools or police stations or fire stations? These are all things that will help us understand our customers better, the customer and the ecosystem or everything that may surround them, from stores to their neighbors to what they look like. These are key things that will help us really improve what we can offer our customers. And really, like Steve Jobs says, give them something that they need before they even realize that they actually need it. There's 3 use cases that we actually see that can help facilitate this better. There's the retail use case, where we can build a profile of a store, like a demographic understanding of a store. What are the people that live around the store? What do they look like? We can do that in radiuses of 2 miles, 5 miles, or 10 miles. So we can actually understand how the population changes in the area. How far do they come from? How much money do they earn? And how much disposable income do they have? From an insurance perspective, for example, we can understand the risk of a different area. For example, what the risk of fire and what the risk of earthquake is. And then we can actually combine that with also the demographic information that will help us, again, put this into a better context with a demographic profile of an area of a potential customer. Now, we're looking about loyalty programs. Most of the times, we have an email address. And we can tie this email address to a person's social profile with data that people make available online. So it allows us to really understand the affinities. So we can say, when you're at our store, We may offer them a specific coupon if they like, for example, a given sports franchise, or if they like, for example, race cars, or if they like a given type of music. So that allows us to really understand our customers much better than we've ever understood them before. The offering that we have is a direct integration with MicroStrategy, where we can actually make the actual calls to the Pinibos data that will bring the data into a MicroStrategy dashboard and a dataset. So we allow our customers to blend their data, let's say from point of sale, or their data for insurance, or their loyalty data that they currently have in their data warehouses, blend it, put it together with the demographic information, with the information that tells them about other stores in their area, with the social profiles of their customers. So that allows them to actually make better and more informed decisions about their customers. We have access to hundreds of Pinibos datasets that will actually enhance the decisions that people can make with MicroStrategy and their existing data. Let's see a quick demo of this. For example, if we look at demographic data, let me open up a dashboard that will show us demographic data. In this case, for example, we're looking at address in Palo Alto, California. We can see the exact address, which we can also geocode as part of this process. And we can see around this area what's the population distribution for different age ranges from 20 to 24 years all the way to 85 years and older. And we can see how that's distributed in that area. We also have here on the dashboard, the address we're looking for, our graphs that show the distributions, our map that shows different restaurants that are in that area. Remember I was talking about stores and what the competition stores maybe look like. In this case, we're showing different restaurants, but we can also be showing retailers. We can show gas stations, universities, police stations, and many other categories of places of interest. For example, looking back at the demographic data, we can see for the area surrounding this address, what percent people are female and male? What's their ethnicity and race? Are they African American, Hispanic, Indian, Alaskan natives? This will allow us to actually target the marketing campaigns in a much better way. So we can actually really cater to our potential customers. We can also see what their educational level is in that area for less than ninth grade, between ninth and 12th grade, bachelor's degree, or even advanced diplomas. Also, we can see what the household income distribution is for their area. Do they earn more than $200,000? What percentage of people earn that, right? What percentage of the people in that area have these different household income buckets? We were talking earlier about how much they would spend on a given category of retail. So we can see, for example, over the next 5 years, how much they're willing to spend on different retail sales potential categories. For example, in convenience stores, in gasoline stations, in automobile dealers, in general merchandise stores. Now we can also see today what their consumer expenditure is for all these given segments or categories in retail, entertainment, in healthcare, in housing, in reading. So that will allow us to actually have better campaigns that will allow them to use these things. That will allow us to actually make better decisions into how they can be selling to our customers. And finally, we can see, for example, I was saying the different restaurants are located surrounding that area. Again, this could be restaurants or it could be retails, different kinds of stores, or many other things. Now let's go back and look at one more data set, for example, our risk data set, which again, this is funneled directly into MicroStrategy real time. So there's no connections to be made, no data to download. The data is funneled and loaded into MicroStrategy real time as this dashboard was running. We can see the crime index for an area, or for example, the earthquake risk. How many earthquakes have there been in the area? In this case, 477. And we can see what their different levels are. What's the fire hazard? And what's the flood risk? Remember, this area is close to the ocean, so there's some certain risk of flooding because of the ocean. Now let's look at our third and final data set that we want to show in this brief demo. which is the identity data set, which again, based on how people share information in their social media platforms, we can actually see, build an online persona of the person. What's their name, their biographical information, their education level. Did they get a PhD or bachelor's degree? Where they have been employed? If it is available, for example, sometimes with Twitter, we can see their interests. Do they like the Cowboys? Do they like Lady Gaga? Do they like race cars? Do they like classical music? And then we can see finally what their websites and social profiles happen to be. In this case, based on the information we saw, this person had a LinkedIn profile. If they even share a picture, we're going to see the picture for that person. Again, this is information that people are sharing on their websites. Now, with this information, if we join it together to our loyalty information, for example, then we can actually build that online persona for our current customers. So with this, we finish our demo of the MicroStrategy Data Enhancement Platform, IDS Data Enhancement Platform for MicroStrategy. If you request more information, please send us an email information at inteldatasolutions.com. Thank you.